Hello everybody and welcome back to my Character Crusade Unbound Season 3 Let's Play featuring Blodius Vigilis, the Blue Sentry. So, okay, I've been on vacation for a while, and it has been probably about 2 weeks since I've recorded, which leaves me in a place of rust a little bit. So, I think the best thing to do would be to kind of go over what has happened previously, talk about Blodius' state of mind, where he is going in the very near future, where he's been, and kind of talk about these positive negative value pairs a little bit, just so we can get ourselves back into the Blodius state of mind, so we can kind of make the correct decisions and kind of play this out as things happen and improvise correctly. Okay, so it seems okay, what did we do last time? We have been accepted officially as a member of the Imperial Legion. We took the oath. We were given some armor, which we dropped off with Belrand, Behrend, the castle blacksmith, to be fitted and kind of improved properly. We'll pick that up in the morning, along with the sword Regent, which we found at the fort Hragstad that we cleared out for Legate Ricca as sort of our audition for the Imperial Legion. We were able to clear out that fort after some considerable difficulty, but we did it, and I remember feeling pretty good about that. And Ricca and Tullius were, I think, sufficiently impressed with us that they kind of decided to make us a special agent, sort of a special forces unit that will do special things. Will be more mobile than just a rank and file soldier that is assigned to a division and does the more soldiery things, such as kind of being a footman for the more mundane military operations, which we're just fine with. Blodius likes that. The higher up in the ranks he climbs in the Legion, the closer he gets to finding out what makes the Thalmor tick, which is his hidden agenda anyway. He's doing all this to kind of try to take down the Thalmor. Okay, so our next assignment is Corvin Gent, or Corvin Gent. Not really sure how to pronounce that, but it's over here, kind of between the Dawnstar and Whiterun holds. I think we're going to be taking the road down through Dragonbridge, and then Morthal, and then Dawnstar, and then finally Corvin Gent. We're looking for a relic called the Jagged Crown, which supposedly will help Elfsif leverage favor with the other Jarls in a bid for high royalty of Skyrim once it's reunified. Meaning that she'll take over for her husband to be High Queen of Skyrim, which right now is heavily contested by Ulfric and the Stormcloaks. Now, Blodius' state of mind and positive-negative value pairs. Blodius is still hyper-focused on taking down the Thalmor and doing what he can to free Uncle Adius from Blue River Prison. To that end, we have just accepted a special forces role with the Imperial Legion, so we checked off a big goal off of our list of things to do. So we're kind of riding that high a little bit. We're riding some momentum here. We're feeling good about the steps that we're taking toward our hidden agenda of taking down the Thalmor. So I think that is just going to further solidify Blodius's focus on doing a good job with the Legion and rising in the ranks. After all, the stronger that the Legion is, the stronger that they will be against the Thalmor when inevitably it comes to that. So he's probably not going to allow himself to be too distracted with things other than official Legion business. Is she putting the moves on me here? You want to do a little bump and grind or something? It's not really the... Oh, she's bringing a broom into it. Okay, this is getting a little freaky for me. Alright. So yeah, let's see. On the agenda, it's a little bit late. It's 6:14. We don't really have a whole lot of time for getting a whole lot of stuff done here. So I think we're going to get some rest here tonight. And then we are going to, first thing in the morning, talk with Angeline Murad, the alchemist here, about Captain Aldous saying that her daughter was killed in a scouting party in Whiterun. And then we need to visit Barrent, the blacksmith, to pick up our Legion armor, and to sort of repurchase that special sword that we found in Ragstad. We'll rebuy it after taxes have been levied, and drop that back off with him to be tempered a little further, and we may use that as a weapon, or at least a symbol of our station, as sort of a victory trophy for what he did at Ragstad. Sorry, Blodius is attracting some attention from the ladies here. She's a really chatty Cathy, isn't she? So yeah, and then after we have all that stuff done, then I think we can head to Corvin Gent. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a room for the night, shall we?
Welcome to the Winking Skeever, friend.
Let's get some water.
Of course.
I think we're good on food, but I would like a room, please.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room, right this way. On the day of your death, we will drink and we'll sing.
And you'll have to forgive me, I have a bit of a cold. And as the medicine wears off a little bit... Oh, hello.
Yes, what do you want? Can't you see I'm busy dying?
Well, that's not a great attitude to have. I'm sorry to hear that. What are you dying of?
What does it look like? Boredom, old age, thirst. What's the point of living when all roads lead to the same mound of dirt?
Oh, please calm down. No need to be so antagonistic.
I will be whatever I want to be, you brainless cur.
Oh, jeez.
I will not be courteous. For what nobility I had left departed along with my fortune. No,
I see.
I was stripped of it by the only thing that could affect someone of my eminence. I lost it to Dragonfire. Helgen. I was there.
Yeah, that must have been a traumatic experience. In fact, I saw it with my own eyes.
Somehow, I doubt that. One with your considerable waistline would have proved too tempting a morsel for a dragon to ignore.
Okay. Oh, let's see. That's ridiculous. I am in fighting shape.
You are indeed in excellent shape. A perfect circle. Of course, there's no need to take offense. Appearances mean nothing to me. For one of your considerable girth, that may prove auspicious.
Alright, so if we're gonna put ourselves in Blodius's head here, he's quite vain, so he's gonna actually be offended by these waistline jokes here. I'm sorry, what do you mean?
Truth be told, I have suffered worse in the name of making my fortune. I wonder if you are spoken for. Which brings us back to my original point. I am in need of a suitable partner. One who can finance the lifestyle I've become accustomed to. Because, for all intents and purposes, I'd rather be dead than poor. And every second I am the latter brings me closer to the former. So, as the Nords are fond to do, I seek marriage without courtship. Time is short, and every day is worth 2 tomorrows.
Okay. Alright, so she's gone from insulting us, calling us stupid and fat, to suggesting that we get married, all in the same conversation here. She's kind of a kook, but going back to Helgen, that was a traumatic experience, so that has some unforeseen effects on somebody's mind. So we're gonna bring the conversation back there and just say, hey, you know, many people died at Helgen. You know, you still have a life. You should do something with it.
And what should I do with it? Work the fields like some common harridan? I know my worth. And for one with my stock, there are only 2 sensible ways to make a fortune. By marriage, or by blood. And unless some wealthy uncle shows up with gold spilling out of his pockets, the only viable alternative is marriage.
Well, if your stock is one such that you can't earn your gold without having it given to you, then I would say that your stock maybe isn't worth much. In fact, I think it'll be difficult for someone like you to find a spouse with that attitude.
What's that supposed to mean? Someone like me? You mean someone who's young, highborn, and educated? I am affable. I am sweet. I am the most devastating beauty Skyrim has witnessed in 5 millennia.
How you doing?
And you are evidently blind.
Oh, I'm sorry, what? Honestly, it's not your looks, or anything like that. It's your personality. You just, you're really hard to get along with, lady.
I admit, my personality is a bit disarming to some. I'm a simple woman who knows what I want, and isn't willing to settle for anything less. You may paint me as selfish for thinking so, but most failed marriages are a product of compromises. Compromises leave you unfulfilled and unsatisfied, and resentful of the spouse who forced you to make them.
Okay, well, she did a really good job rationalizing a want born of selfishness and flipping it around to being something that's actually good for her partner. This is leaving Blodius very confused. He does not. He kind of gets the rationale, but he is not exposed and does not subscribe to something like this, at least in terms of how he looks at potential partners.
What the?
Oh, excuse me. Why? Spread out, see? Alright. Well, that was confusing. Okay, so I think we'll probably just grab some dinner, and hit the sack for the night. Who's this guy?
I once captained a ship called the Argent Raptor. She struck an iceberg and went down just north of Windhelm.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and have a seat. Well, I thought I was gonna have a seat. This doesn't seem to be a seat. Alright, well maybe we can join this fella here. We're gonna have some food, and get some rest. Okay, so here we are the next morning. We've had a good night's sleep, we've had a pretty good breakfast here, and we have a lovely lady sitting right next to us. Hello.
What can I do for you?
So what's the word about town?
Have you seen that shrine of Azura? They say the Dark Elves built it after they fled from Morrowind. A sight to see.
I bet it is. Maybe I'll see it someday. Well, she's notably more pleasant than that Breton woman who called us fat and then wanted to marry us. Okay, so first thing on the agenda is let's go talk to Angeline about her daughter. We're not looking forward to this, but it is nice that Angeline is going to get some answers. Not the best way to start the day, but
True, I may look the part of dashing swordsman, but I prefer the art of wit to that of warfare.
yeah, sure, whatever, buddy. Not the best way to start the day, at least in terms of happy subject material, but it needs to be done.
Your typical solitude wench is like the city itself. Stormy exterior, but the charms that lie within.
Looks like some kind of priestess or something there. Yeah, the apothecary wasn't open last night,
Good look around.
so we weren't
I'm
able
sure
to tell
you'll
her
find
that.
what you're looking for. If not, let me know. I might have it stored away.
Hello.
It's good to see a fresh face. You wouldn't have happened to come from Whiterun, would you?
We talked about that, but speaking about that, I do have some news about your daughter.
You got Aldous to tell you something. I knew you would. What did he say?
Oh, Angeline, I'm sorry. Your daughter's dead.
I told her. I told her the Imperial army would kill her. That this was a war of Jarls and Imperial generals, and we had no part in it. She just wouldn't hear it. It was brave of you to come to me with this. I can't thank you for it, not for this. But you have done me a service.
Understood. She chose her own path, as we all do.
I hope your parents are proud of you. They have a lot of reason to be.
So it wasn't your fault for not convincing her not to join.
Welcome to Angela's Adam.
If that's of any comfort, I'm sorry. Okay, what's next? We have to see the blacksmith. About our armor. Hopefully it's done. If it's not, we're going to have to wait a little bit longer. But there's also that sword that would also like to buy back and have converted to a one-handed weapon. Looked like a nice piece.
Wanderer like you must have plenty of tales to tell. But I'm afraid I'm too busy to hear them. Seems there's no end to the
Speaking
needs
of
the
being
Imperial.
busy,
But what can I help you with?
are you done with my armor?
Nah,
Oh,
I
boy.
don't think so.
Okay, so we're gonna have to keep ourselves busy for a little bit. Actually, though, maybe I can buy
Got
back
some fine
Regent,
blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
or maybe we cannot. Did I buy it back last time? I don't remember. No, I didn't.
Return
So it looks like it might be
anytime
gone
you need
forever.
arms or armor.
I'll see if I can fix that off camera, actually, because I do want to keep that sword. But it looks like we have some time to kill anyway, so I might just cruise around,
I've got weapons.
see if there's anything that I need to purchase, any good enchantments or rings or whatever, and then I will be back in a bit. Okay, so here we are. We've killed some time all the way up to almost 6 o'clock at night. So we'll see if he's ready now.
Seems there's no end to the needs of the
No, he
Imperial.
doesn't want to seem to be a blacksmith right now. Here we go.
Some fine armor, if you're looking.
Hey, that armor I dropped off, is it ready now?
Yes.
Ah, good. Alright, this is going to cost me a pretty penny here, isn't it? There we go. I also did manage to get Regent back in. I just consoled it in and I sold it to Baron and bought it back.
Got something you can use.
But now we want to have him temper it for us, so... Do you think you could hone the sword that I found?
Of course.
Okay. Okay, so damage 30. That does a lot more than our mace and is a lot less heavy. So that would be a good good sort of base sidearm, I think, for when our enchanted stuff runs out of charge. And that should be ready for us next time we come back. Now it is late to get started on the road, but we do have Dragon Bridge and Morthal not too far away, so I think it's good to get started at least. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to duck inside the blacksmith's shop here to get changed, and then we'll head out on the road.
I've got weapons.
I think he has an apprentice here that might be able to help us get into the new armor. Check it out for us. There he is. Okay, let's check this out. Now the boots, Imperial Boots of Strength, they're a lot more sturdy, but we have an enchantment on our current ones that increase our carry capacity by 35 points. So that is quite a... they look exactly the same, so they are regulation. We're not going to get in trouble by not wearing them. 35 points. But we do have our horse with us now who can carry carry stuff for us, so I don't think that carry weight is as important as it was. Let's take a look. Oh, not too bad, huh? And I think that there was our shield as well. $29 as opposed to 20. Yeah. It's regulation official shield, but the kite shield that we found and our magic shields, we'll keep them around just in case. Let's see here. And Dual Sheath Redux does not seem to be working for the Imperial Shield. That's nice. Let's see here. That one works. There we go. Alright. So we're looking a little more official in our stuff here. It seems to offer quite a lot more protection than what we had before, especially in terms of the helm there. So that's good. The one biggie is the gauntlets not recharging our enchanted weapon. But as soon as we can get back to Regent for the sword, or if we find something else, or get awarded something else, that'll be less important. We also might have this stuff enchanted at some point too, once we can do without it for a while. Okay, so I think all that's left is maybe get a bite to eat.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed
Oh,
to
this is a
deliver.
notification for the armor that's done now.
Let's see. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Let's see here. Yeah, Baron. Okay. Day late and $1 short, buddy. Don't let that become a habit. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do is put our old armor in the in storage on our horse, and the Vanguard plate armor that we've been saving up as well. And then we'll head to Dragon Bridge, and then if we have time, we will go to Morthal from there. Azada Lilviev. Hello.
Seen some mean-spirited folk pass through lately. Thought I was rid of those sorts when I left Markarth.
Mean-spirited folk? Who's that?
Both the Imperials and Stormcloaks have sent riders this way, scouting the bridge and the lands nearby. They stayed at the inn but didn't pay. They said soldiers don't need to pay because they're risking their lives to protect us. And that's not all. They took a heap of our lumber, and one tried to have his way with my daughter. They think they can do whatever they want.
Oh, jeez. Well, they give us all a bad name. There are good and bad people on both sides, I can assure you. I, for one, am sorry that you had that experience. But if it happens again, let me know, okay? I'll see what I can do about it. In times like those, I think there's a mod that you can, like, gift people money and things like that. I should look into that. In that case, Blodius would have been happy to give that man some money to pay for those soldiers' stay. And sort of the emotional turmoil that came along with the more base behavior by some of the soldiers. Interesting that this place is under heavy scrutiny by both sides, though. It seems very strategic. I think it's the only way across this gorge to Solitude, so it's an important defensive position for the Legion, and a key sort of roadblock for the Stormcloaks if they do plan on storming or sieging the city. But anyway, off to Morthal. Don't allow yourselves to be flanked, boys. And necromancers too? Oh, jeez. She's a squirrely one, isn't she? Just in case. Make sure I'm taking the right potions this time. And the suplex. It's really dark out here. The little travel lantern on my back hip is not doing the greatest job, is it? Okay, is that it? Well done, comrades. Alright. We were able to stop and help, but I think we'd best get on our way now. Was that the leader? Their leader's armor is strangely similar to our own, isn't it? That'll be a nice little trophy. We might be able to sell that. Okay, where did my horse go? Marion. Health regen increased. Is there another necromancer out here somewhere, maybe? Okay, I don't know. I guess we're okay. Cannot wait with enemies nearby. Well, anyway, that fort is recaptured now, so I'll let the Legionnaires take care of it. Alright, Marion. Let's ride. We gotta get to Morthal. It's getting dark already. Okay. Good girl, Marion. Okay, why don't you follow me in, okay? So here we are in Morthal, which is another city which was overhauled by the Great Cities mod. As you can tell, there's a front gate now, or at least two of them. I'm going to see if we can find a stable for Marion. The vampire slayer guy. You know, I still haven't seen any vampires around, mister. Okay, I think this will work as a stable for Marion. Maybe just park her alongside here. And we'll stop in the inn. Go. I think the quarters might be a little too tight in the actual stable there to be able to dismount, so we'll leave her right there. Oops, she's going to follow us, though. Wait here, please. Okay. And it's a little too late for travel, I think, at this point, so we'll probably bed here for the night.
How are we supposed to feel safe in our own homes?
Please, enough already. I have told Ygritte of your concerns. She'll look after you all. Please, go about your business.
We've no need for wizards in our midst.
Morthal has enough problems as it is.
It's no use. Let's get back to it then.
So they seem very biased against magic here in this town. At least 3 of them do, anyway. But at least they're being peaceful in their protests about it. Wonder who this wizard is that they're speaking of, though. Okay, this looks like the inn. This is the place I'm looking for. Huh, I wonder what happened over there. And here. Looks like a couple places have been burnt down. This place has seen better days, I'll give them that.
Yes?
Come on,
Something tells me Blodius is quite hungry. I think I forgot to eat before we departed Solitude. Let's go ahead and make a little chicken sandwich here. With the chicken and the bread and maybe some cheese. There we go. And maybe a little bit of spiced wine that we really like from Solitude. And some water. Make sure we can get ourselves a
Make it quick.
room here.
There ain't much to offer, but if you want a place dry to spend the night, I'll rent you a room.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll take that room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Great.
I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
What time is it? 8:23. Okay, we probably don't have a whole lot of time to be talking with the patrons here, but might have a conversation before heading to bed. I'd like to get an early start for Corvin Gent tomorrow. Hello.
Have you met the bard that plays here? He's got a voice like broken glass and fingers like the knob of a carrot. Sometimes he ventures outside, and when he plays, the animals in the marsh will start screaming.
Okay, so who is this bard? What's his story?
His name's Lurbuck, and he's by far the worst bard in all of Skyrim. But the old orca sort of grows on you.
Really?
In time, everyone will learn to appreciate him like I do.
You sound like a patient soul. Let's see, what do we have here? So a bard who's stuck around for a while but is terrible at his craft. That seems like a rare breed. Are there any other bards around here besides Lurbuck?
I have. I may be a tavern wench, but I haven't always been this tavern's wench. You've got a bosom and you can pour a flagon, you can find work just about anywhere.
That's fair.
Truth is, I ain't even from Skyrim. I'm from the docks of Anvil, the Gold Coast.
Oh, I'm from Cyrodiil as well.
My dad thinks I'm here to find me roots, be a proper Nord and trade my broom for a sword. And all I really wanted was to get away from him.
You choose to leave your family? Why is that?
He didn't beat me or anything like that. Most rather wish he did. Would have made hating him all the more easier. No, the old goat just thinks he's some kind of honorary Stormcloak the way he goes on about the Nords being the master race. Of course he didn't fight in the Great War, but you wouldn't know it by listening to him talk about it.
Yeah. Sounds like a braggart, huh? I know the type. So how do the Nords treat you, coming back to the homeland, so to speak?
Maybe now they do. Bill ain't exactly one of them, though. Sometimes I'll call a Falmer a goblin, or a skeever a cave rat. Sometimes I'll complain about the cold, or boast about how ginseng can cure anything. Then they look at me sideways, like I just got off the boat from Morrowind. I've always said I got half of my mother, half of my father, and half of the coast in me. And I've seen enough of this here country to know which is the better half.
Okay, well, thanks for sharing a conversation with me, but I think I'm going to head in for the night. See you around.
Well, then off with you. I got cups to shine.
Yeah, it's funny she mentions the rats versus skeevers and the ginseng and things like that. The more things are different, the more things are the same, though. Instead of rats, we have skeevers. Instead of ginseng, we have things like garlic that seem to cure anything. Hopefully that guy's leaving. Let's not make eye contact. Alright. Get 8 hours starting at 9. That's going to put us at around 7 a.m., I think, which is a nice early takeoff time. Oh no, not 7, more closer to 4 a.m. Block and heavy armor, I think.
Need something.
We are going to need to pick up a follower at some point soon, but I really don't want to overstep my bounds with this official Legion stuff. I think if we were going to take a follower at this point, we would almost have to deputize them as part of the Legion, being all this is official official business. Hello. Sorry, no time to chat. I on my way to important business here. I mean, I might be able to sign someone on as sort of a squire, someone to just help out taking care of the horses and as a travel companion and bodyguard, and then sort of leave them be on my way to... yeah, kind of all. Kind of are a handsome one, aren't I? Time, unfortunately, is something I don't have at the moment, so I'll catch you later, maybe. So yeah, that's something I'm thinking about doing. Just sort of a squire to act as an assistant and bodyguard and apprentice, maybe. We have the traveler set. I'm sorry, I got distracted here trying to figure out. Nordic saddle. We don't want bareback. Original equipment was what we got on it in Bruma. I think I like the traveler saddle a little more. It looks like there's a little more. Looks like there's a little more storage on this one, which is what we need. Yeah, so just taking along a follower as an apprentice slash squire, and then just kind of leaving them behind when we actually storm a fort or something like that. Still, I don't think it would be too prudent to have an unofficial party privy to Imperial plans. Looks like there are spiders on the way here. Okay, so let's see where we're heading. I know we're going east. Looks like we're going to be going through Dawnstar, maybe a little pit stop there. Stop for a late breakfast or something, and then head the rest of the way to Corvin Gent. Okay, so here we are at Dawnstar, which is yet another city that has been overhauled by the Great Cities of Skyrim Minor Holds mod. I'm just consistently impressed with pretty much everything that this mod does. I think we're going to stop in here for some breakfast. We're going to have Marion follow us on foot here. Wow, this guy really gets around. I don't know how you travel so fast, but I would love to know your secrets, that's for sure. Dawnstar. Okay, first things first, let's see if we can find a stable area. Okay, this looks good. We can have Marion hang out right over here outside the inn, it looks like. I wonder if Dawnstar is, well, I know, Blodius doesn't. if Dawnstar is controlled either by the Stormcloaks or the Imperials. It's not immediately apparent. All guards kind of have the same look going on as far as their equipment. See if we can find a blacksmith or something to sell off some of this loot. Oh, it's still too early yet. Okay, well, we'll take a look at the city here. Looks like some walls here that have been in better shape. A few merchant stands. This city looks like it is largely functioning as a dock for trade ships, I think. Not a whole lot as a residential area, maybe some mines here. Or in trade ships, it seems like, huh? Okay, well, let's head back up to the inn and get some food and some drink. We'll be back on the road, I think. Okay, so Corvin Gent must be coming up here close on the left, so we're going to keep our eye out for our detachment that we're supposed to join up with. Is that them over there? I believe it is.
Stormcloaks were already. Good to see you, my friend.
Hadvar.
I knew you'd make a proper Legionnaire. I'm glad you'll be with me in there. I don't like the looks of this place. And I'm not talking about the Stormcloaks.
Oh, I'm glad you have recovered from Helgen. Yeah, you mentioned the Bleak Falls Barrow above Riverwood, and I know what you mean about these old ruins.
You too, huh? I'd much rather a straight-up fight than creeping around a place like this. But never mind all that. We're the Emperor's soldiers. We'll do our duty no matter what stands in our way, right?
Absolutely.
Well, that's something, at least. Looks like the damned rebels got here first. No matter. We have the element of surprise. Prepare to move out.
I'm ready, ma'am.
Follow me. Listen up, Legionnaires. Those Stormcloaks are here for the same reason we are. Ulfric, the Pretender, wants that crown, but we're not going to let it happen. I realize some of you may know men on the other side, but remember this. They are the enemy now, and will not hesitate to end your lives either. General Tullius is counting on us to bring back the Jagged Crown, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's show these rebels what real soldiers look like.
I'm ready. Let's do this, fellas. Quick save, just in case. They're probably, if they're already there, they're going to try to ambush us with archers, funnel us through this valley here. Okay, we're going to let them fight it out here, and then we're going to try to come up here and take care of the archers. Anybody else? We got him? Great. Whew. So far, so good.
Well done. They never knew what hit them. But don't underestimate the Stormcloaks. Many are Legion veterans. They may be traitors, but they know how to fight. We had the advantage of surprise this time, but don't expect it to last. Let's move out. Everybody ready? We charge on my signal. Time to show what you're really made of. The Empire! Send off.
Is that it? What are you doing back there? Oh, he must have been... doing some archery back there.
You two, stay and guard the entrance. We don't want any Stormcloak reinforcements taking us by surprise. Everyone else, with me.
Alright. Don't think she was talking to us. Maybe another quick save would be prudent.
Perfect spot for an ambush.
I agree.
10 to 1, they're just waiting for us on the other side.
But there isn't any other way through, Legate.
Let's not jump to conclusions, soldier. The Legion always finds a way. I'd rather take a moment and look around than walk blindly into an ambush. Auxiliary, see if you can find another way through. We'll charge in to help as soon as we hear fighting.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
There may be some way to get through on the level above. Hurry!
Okay. Okay, so it looks like this is the only staircase. Was there a way around the other way? Yes. Here we go. This looks promising. Okay, well, this isn't going to be much of an attack, I'm afraid. Or sneak attack, anyway. Blodius does not sneak. He doesn't like doing it. He's terrible at it, and he's wearing a full suit of plate armor, so he's not going to be quiet no matter what he does. So I think we're just going to have to run in. We might be able to attract the fire of some archers up here. Yes, indeed. We can act as a distraction, at least, for the rest of the Legion to... Yeah, alright, so they already made it down there. Great. We can join them now. Try to take care of the archers up here on the top level for them while they fight with the rest of the footmen below. Here we go. For whatever reason, my reflexes didn't kick in there. I just ate the full brunt of that power attack. that treasure chest over there is awfully inviting, but we are hyper-focused on completing our mission.
Is that? Is this what killed that Stormcloak over there? Can't be. Looks like it's been dead for 100 years.
Steady now. The Legion is face down worse than a few dusty old bone walls.
I've seen things like this before in Bruma.
Here until we get what we came for. Now let's keep moving.
The old Aliads have recently started coming back to life in some of those ruins over there, and it's very reminiscent of these. So we do have experience with the long undead. Yeah, indeed, these things seem to be coming back to life somehow. Sorry, did I step on your toe or something? Leg it, slow down.
And this must be the Hall of Stories.
I've heard of this. These walls are supposed to show the history of the ancients who built this place. Too bad we can't read these carvings. Who knows what secrets we'd uncover.
One thing at a time, soldier. Focus on our primary mission. We're searching for the crown.
Okay, what do we have here? Ebony Dragon Claw. Okay, well that drawing there,
One's here either.
it looks similar to that claw. Let's take a look at this thing. And these pictures seem to match up with the rings around those three holes. Alright, well, we don't have much schooling behind us in terms of Blodius and his levels of education, but this is abundantly obvious that it looks like we need to line up the glyphs of these animals on the outer rings and then insert the claw into the three holes on the center circle there.
Some kind of stone.
So what is that? We have fox, moth, and dragon.
I wonder what it's used for.
Fox, moth, dragon. Okay.
Good job. All right, Legionnaires. Spread out and see what we've got. Auxiliary, do what you do best. See if you can find some way to get that gate open.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Looks like they got this lower area covered.
Gotta be some way to get that gate open.
Let's go check the upper area. I hope these mine shafts can, or these columns stay sturdy, because a collapse down here would be terrible. This looks like it. Well, it's not exactly what we're looking for, I think, but maybe there's something down here. Interesting. And I would imagine this closes that back up. This would be a nice little safe room if things went sideways. Looks like we have spear holes or something. Okay, well the health potion we can definitely use. Let's see if we can hop up here. Ooh, that's nice. 60% frost resistance. Alright. Well, that was kind of worth it, huh? The orcish style is a little savage for us, as we mentioned at the gift that Jarl Balgruf gave us. That ended up being a
This may sound obvious, but do you see a lever anywhere?
as a reward for coming forward with information about the dragons from Helgen.
Okay, there's gotta be some way to get that gate open.
Okay, I'm pretty sure this is it. Uh-oh. Okay, they don't seem that powerful, but if they're coming out of the sarcophagus here, or sarcophagi, they can surround us pretty quickly. So we just have to make sure we're not being flanked.
That's what I was afraid of.
Follow me. Let's see where this leads.
Okay. So now it does look like we have more to deal with than just the Nords here.
I don't like the look of this place.
I don't like the look of any place where the dead come back to life, honestly.
The crown should be around here somewhere. Spread out. Keep your eyes open.
Well, I'm keeping my guard up, that's for sure. Okay, well this gentleman here seems like he is going to come back to life, I'm sure. What'd you find over there?
I found a crown over here on this corpse. Is this the one we're looking for?
Oh crap, alright. I'm doing like no damage against these things. Ooh, what was that? What is that shouting that they're doing? That was rough. Okay. Oh, looks like we lost some men. Okay, well, I hope this crown was worth it. Ebony Warhammer. It's a nice item. We'll take that. I think I have encumbrance for it. And the Jagged Crown. This is what we came for. It's quite a valuable item there.
Take that crown back to Solitude, soldier. We'll stay here and see if...
See if what?
Take that crown back to Solitude, soldier.
Okay, well... I don't know what she was going to say after that, but... Armsman's sword. You know, it occurs to me that Blodius has joined the Legion, which has taken red as its color. Blodius is associated with the color blue, however. So that creates a conflict because the Stormcloaks have chosen the color blue. And I think Blodius would be a bit concerned that his chosen color would kind of mean that he has sort of sensibilities toward the Stormcloaks, which he does to a certain extent, but he's not a turncoat or anything. The last thing he wants to do in his first days as a Legionnaire is be tried for treason. So we may have to shed the blue cloak and don something a little more appropriate, such as the Imperial Cloak here. And I kind of like the idea of taking the cloak off of a fallen comrade and sort of fighting in his honor, as sort of a mantle of this unknown soldier who has fallen. So Blodius takes the cloak off of this unknown soldier that has given his life for the Legion's cause, and he dons this cloak as a symbol for the unknown soldier. That's who he's fighting for. His uncle Adius is an unknown soldier to many, yet he is making a great sacrifice for doing what he thought was right. So he's going to shed his blue mantle for something more Imperial red for the time being. We'll probably go back to blue because blue is in his namesake. And what is this? Is anybody else seeing this? So it seems that Blodius is the only one that can see this energy, like pulling him into this wall. And he can read it. Something about slowing time. Interesting. The meaning of these other words aren't apparent, but this one in particular, slow time. What could it mean? I don't know. This was a really odd thing. This is going to be weighing heavily on Blodius's mind for quite a while, I think. If it weren't for the fact that he is hyper-focused on the cause of the Legion currently, I think he would be very disturbed by it. In fact, I think he is, but he's going to put that on the back burner for now. We need to get this crown back to Tullius. We are definitely curious as to what that was. Nobody else seemed to have seen all that energy coming out of that wall and being... Nobody seemed to see it absorbed by us either. Interesting. Okay, well, we got a job to do. Blodius doesn't feel any differently, except for the fact that he knows that that symbol and that word means no, that we came this way, means slow time, and that he has some kind of deeper understanding of it, deeper than just the verbiage alone. He can feel the time slow within him when he thinks about that word. Any more disturbances here? Okay. Keep watch. I think the Imperial Silver will actually go better. So I'm going to go ahead and keep the story, but change out the cloak for the silver one because it goes better with our silver armor. Looks like this was a bandit hideout before the Stormcloaks got to him. Okay, so now we just have a trip back to Solitude, I suppose. It's noon. We have some time to go back. Not in any kind of a hurry. Let's see, what do we have here? I'm tempted to kind of go back through Whiterun, but that's going to take us out of our way a little bit. Yeah, I think we'll just, if we're going to stay hyper-focused on completing this mission, then Blodius is going to want to get back to Tullius as soon as possible on this. No time for any side errands or anything. Now, where did I leave Marion? I thought she was closer to the road over here to the right. We'll whistle for her. Oh, there she is, way over there. So there's the road that I was looking for, actually. Good girl, Marion. Okay, we don't need this lantern on anymore. Okay. Back on the horse and back to Solitude. Okay, so here we are, back in Solitude, outside of Castle Dower. Let's go ahead and take this helmet off here. There's that handsome man. Okay. So the road home was pretty uneventful, except that we ran into a bear, and we fought it, and we leveled up. So we'll go ahead and do that in the Temple of the Eight, once we're done with General Tullius here. Let's go in and see what he has to say about this whole Jagged Crown business. Excuse me.
I don't abide fancy clothes, but you look like you might. I hear Radiant Raiment has a large selection.
But you look like you might. Okay. Actually, it does kind of look like he might abide fancy clothes. Maybe we'll take a look at that. Let's see, where is Tullius? Tullius. I'm just gonna cheat. Where is he? We passed him on the way in. How about that? Or did we pass him on the way in? Oh, there he is. What are you doing in the dark, General? There we go.
Hjalmarch is an important buffer zone between the rebel forces and the capital. Ulfric will try to break through at some point.
Well,
Ulfric will want to take Whiterun from us, but we will hold fast. We can't give the rebellion free rein through the center of Skyrim.
he can't try to take everything at once, though, so the weaker he gets, the less he'll be able to spread himself that thin. So I have the Jagged Crown. Legate Ricka sent me to give it to you.
Excellent work, soldier. I have to admit, I had my doubts it even existed. Did you run into any trouble?
Yeah, we actually lost a lot of good men. I hope this thing was worth it.
That's not for you to decide, soldier. I wouldn't have sent you in the first place if it wasn't going to be worth it. Now then, I need someone I can trust to deliver a message of great import to Jarl Balgrove of Whiterun. We have it on good authority that Ulfric has raised enough men to attack the city of Whiterun. The Jarl, however, refuses the Legion's support. This missive should convince him. Be aware, soldier. These documents contain sensitive intelligence for the Jarl's eyes only.
Okay. So, I think that about does it for this episode. It sounds like we're going to Whiterun to deliver a message. And we, in fact, will not be looking at it. Blodius is a man of honor and a man of his word, and if the general is saying that it is for the Jarl's eyes only, we will leave it for his eyes only. It is not our place to meddle in such things, but we did overhear Legate Ricca and General Tullius talking about sharing a little bit of intel on the troops that Ulfric is amassing and aiming at Whiterun, and kind of just suggesting a little from the side that that maybe the Legion can come help him defend his city against the Stormcloaks should they attack. Make it sound like his idea to request support. So that's probably what we'll be doing. That's probably what the bulk of the letter that we're delivering says. Oh, it's not time to cut the episode yet. I still have to go level up. Here we go. Let's go truck over to the temple. We'll take a knee at one of the shrines and probably grab some lunch. Her stomach is grumbling, but I can do that off camera.
Someday soon you will all see battle. And what you do here today may well save lives.
We'll take a look at our skill trees and see where we can best spend our points.
Blessings of the Eight Divines upon you. How may I help?
Oh, I don't need any help. I'm just gonna go worship one of the shrines. Thank you. Now, what entity is going to provide us with the best path? Mara is love. Julianos is wisdom. Akatosh, Magica. Interesting. Debella is, well, that's not something we need right now. Persuasion. Kinnereth, stamina.
As High Priest of the Eight Divines, I give you
Zenithar, commerce. Archay is life and death. Stendar is defense. So we just fought a bunch of Draugr to get the Jagged Crown. The Jagged Crown. And that would be a bit of a traumatic experience for anybody who hasn't seen something like that before. And it sure would be a shame if Blodius or anybody he cares about ends up getting his soul turned in the wrong direction and ending up as one of those things. So I think probably Archay is the way to go to make sure that if we do die or anybody under our watch dies, the spirit goes to the right place. So let's go ahead and take a knee. Okay, and now I gotta pull up my cheat sheet here. I'm not sure. Okay, so for level 27, we are going for health. And what do we have here? I think we're pretty much filled up on block. The only thing that we have left up here is for two-handed weapon bashing. Or just bashing with a weapon, not two-handed necessarily. So block is good. That will continue to level up and continue to get stronger for us. Heavy armor was the thing we were going to look at next, and the other thing that we use is one-handed. And with how little damage we were doing to those Draugr at the end with our mace, that could be pretty useful. But I think we were going to focus on heavy armor first. Let's see what we have here. Heavy armor at 65, so we have a lot that we can do here. Cushioned is just for falling damage. We don't have a problem with that. Tired enemies have a hard time defeating your armor, so if their stamina goes down, you receive less damage from them. Heavy armor fit. Okay, this is what we want here. We get 25% boost to our heavy armor if we're wearing all heavy armor. And then that puts us one away from rallying standard, which will help everybody, all of our allies around us as we're fighting, which is good. And it also unlocks Defiance. Okay, so every time an enemy attacks, we gain 15 points of armor rating for 10 seconds and a stack, so that's good too. But I think Rallying Standard is the one that we're going for, just because this character will make heavy use of followers once we find one that kind of fits in. So I may look at that next episode too if I can. Finally, the only thing left that I want to kind of talk about here is my Steel Mace of Ice. It's finally run out because we're not using our gauntlets of recharging anymore. This will make unenchanted weapons that are more powerful and tempered further more valuable to us, so that we can make use of those while these ones are charging up. I'm hoping that's what we can do with Regent, the sword that we dropped off with Baron yesterday to be tempered, and hopefully that will be done in a couple hours here. So we'll pick that up. We'll charge up this mace just so we have it, or we'll just sell it off at this point. Even with the ice damage that it's doing. No, the ice damage is a little better. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'll either sell it off or I'll recharge it with the Court Mage here. But anyway, I think that does it for this episode. We're all leveled up. Did we get anything? Sometimes General Tullius will reward us with an item from the armory, but I don't remember him giving us anything there. So that's odd. Anyway, that'll be it for this episode. It looks like we're going to Whiterun soon. So that's something to look forward to. The Battle of Whiterun's usually pretty fun. So yeah, I think that's it for me. Until next time, take care.